Some people, like these days especially, just want to take shortcuts. And it's like, well, I want to do this.
There isn't one.
Exactly.
Manjaro isn't.
Oh, she then ended up asking someone else to spot her. On her second rep, she lost control of the bar
That's what you get for ego lifting.
all the time.
Yeah, but I'm literally sat there thinking, how are these boys sat there holding like the Snapchat microphone with the thumb for 5 minutes? Like, there's got to be an easier way.
Which is
I think
important.
in school, like, they drill it into you so much. Maybe not so much now, I don't know. You have to go to university to be successful. And it's like, so not true.
How many people have gone to university and not used their degrees? And it's like, you're just sat here in debt.
Yeah.
You're not using the degree.
For what?
For what? They're not ready for that conversation, are they?
No,
They're not ready for that
No.
conversation.
On my first flight, like, working as cabin crew, there was a first aid emergency. Like, we had a guy...
Welcome back to B&B. We're back again with another episode. I know you've missed me. I've missed you. And once again, we've got a guest in the house. Yes, somebody is here today and she is going to be spilling the beans. We're going to get into it. We're going to really unpack things. But before we do, as you know, as we always do, we're going to sweep the house. So we just need to make sure that the house is clean, you know, just make sure everything's clean and then we'll get into it. So, what is there for me to say this week? What's been going on? Nothing much been going on except from, oh my goodness, guys, I've just had a week of hell. I've had the worst week ever. My car has just been playing games with me. They said, get a car. Here I am paying the price. Every flipping day I'm paying the price. But we're not going to let that get me down. We're going to get straight into it. So today, I've got someone who, it's a friend first and foremost. A very good friend of mine. You'll get to see her, a little bit of her. You know, you get to know a little bit about who she is, what she does, what she's accomplished. And I'm sure this is going to be a great conversation. So she is, as I've said, she's a friend. She is a businesswoman. She is now a fitness girly. So you're going to hear a lot about that. And I am so happy and so excited to welcome to the pod, Victoria.
Hey!
Yes!
Hello.
So, hello. You're here.
We're here.
Finally. Oh
Yes.
my goodness. This has been like a long time coming.
It has.
I'm super excited.
Yep.
I'm literally grinning from ear to ear. Oh, do you know what? This feels a bit, it's like just a general chat, chit chat. We'll get into things and we'll break things down. I'm sure people are, well, you better get ready. Stay ready. Wherever you're watching, make sure you've got your cup of tea there somewhere and we're going to get into it. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start with a little bit of an icebreaker, break things down. Quite simply, it's just a game of this or that.
Okay.
So I'll read a few things out and then you can just say whether it's this or that.
Okay.
I'll probably like give my opinion as well,
Yeah.
if need be. I might not agree with some things, but Anyway, so let's start. We've got here, we'll kick it off with coffee or matcha.
Oh, do you know what? I had a matcha this morning, but coffee's usually, but I am switching to matcha.
So you're a matcha girl now?
I'd say coffee first, but matcha's coming up there.
Okay.
But it is hard to find a nice matcha, I will say that.
Okay. So what sort of like flavour are you really into right now?
White chocolate. White chocolate matcha is the one. White chocolate and raspberry for those out there.
Okay. I already have my opinions about matchas, but that's another story. Anyways, okay, we'll go on to the next.
Yeah.
Are you, I mean, I know the answer to this one. Early bird or late owl?
Early bird, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. I can agree with that one.
You can?
I can. Let me explain myself. So, recently, I've started like trying to wake up early,
Yeah.
start the day early because you do more when the day starts
Yeah.
early than, you know, the late. Pretty much the whole of your day's gone. If
Yeah.
let's say I used to be that type of guy. I'll wake up 12 o'clock. My day will start at 12 o'clock. And before you know it, the day's done. Everyone's going to sleep. And I'm still up and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like the whole day's gone. I've done nothing.
Literally, yeah.
But when I started going to the gym properly, I mean, I've been going to the gym, but when I started like putting a bit more of like structure in my day, start the day early, go to the gym, come back, you feel a bit better about yourself as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm kind of like starting
so
to...
much better.
Yeah.
And you feel like so much more awake for the rest of the day, I feel
Yeah.
like.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay,
Early
so
bird for sure.
early bird that is. This one's going to be an interesting one because as a fitness girly, I'm interested to hear this. Upper body or lower body gym session?
Upper body depends what. If we're training back every day. If it's something like chest,
No.
lower body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 50-50
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But training 3 leg days a week, you can't really be hitting lower body, so.
Three days a week?
3 days a week.
Wait,
Legs.
is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Whoa. Guys, again, there's so much we're going to get into, but you're going to see. I mean, Victoria, yeah.
It'll all make sense why. I'm not crazy, I promise.
We'll get into it.
It's all for a good cause.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, I've got the next one is heels or trainers.
Trainers.
Okay. Actually, I'm a bit shocked about that. I mean,
Really?
you do like heels here and there, right?
I mean, they make like, say if you're going out or, going out, pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
But I would pick just like a knee-high boot if I could.
Okay. Oh, nice. Fair enough.
But trainers, yeah.
Yeah. Summer or winter?
I'm going to say winter
Elaborate.
for the clothes.
Okay.
The winter wardrobe is so much better than the summer one. And I feel like if you always had winter, you could always go on a summer holiday.
Okay, fair enough.
But,
I hear
am
that.
at the minute, I am missing summer. I am missing a bit of sun. Although it's nice today, so.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm such a summer person.
But I just think I love both. That's so hard because in winter you've got Christmas, you've got your Christmas markets, like you've got everything that's like nice, cute and cozy. But then in the summer you've got like your festivals, your barbecues.
Yeah.
So
Oh my word.
it's a hard one.
Being on holiday.
I know, but you could be on holiday in the winter.
Oh, true.
So
True. Okay. This is good. Vicky,
very
this is good.
50-50 on everything.
This is good so far though. Okay, I've got night in or night out.
Night in.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally.
Too old for night out.
Totally. Like those were the days when we were younger.
Yeah.
You'd prefer like being out.
They're not even
and
good anymore though.
yeah. I mean, you've got all the younger lot that are just
Yeah, but it's just
everywhere.
not how it was.
Times change, don't they?
Yes.
Okay. There's just a few more.
Okay.
I've got here texting or voice notes,
Voice notes. I hate texting.
and you get a quicker response.
Yeah.
Depends.
I hate texting.
Depends.
I like struggle to text people back. Like I'll read it and I'll
Yeah.
not even text them back. I'm like crap.
Yeah. I feel like you can express yourself a bit more as well.
Yeah, and
like,
a voice note is so much quicker as well,
Yeah.
especially now since I know double tap on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to
'cause-
hold it on.
Because we were talking about this the other day
Yeah.
when you were messaging me. You was like, "I've just done something. I don't know how that's happened." And I was thinking, yeah, because when I was speaking to your partner, I mean your fiance, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
Wow, your fiance, my best friend, like we voice notes all the time.
Yeah, but I'm literally sat there thinking, how are these boys sat there holding like the Snapchat microphone with the thumb for 5 minutes? Like, there's got to be an easier way.
Oh my goodness, guys, mine. Oh,
It's
yeah.
not all right. Like a week later, and you're still having the same conversation.
Yeah, he's sat here right now and he just listened to this. It's like, what? Anyways, yeah, we voice note a lot. That's really the main way that we tend to
Yeah.
talk. So let's say we're talking about something. We could be talking about something for like 5 days. So I'll send a voice note. Then he probably won't reply till like a day or two later. And then I'll come back 3 days later. And then we're just continuing this conversation for like a whole week.
Yeah, it's
And I'm like,
crazy.
voice notes is just so much better.
Yeah.
And there was this one time because I was sending him a message and I was like, surely there's got to be a way that you can just let
Yeah.
the thing record. And then I double tapped it and I was like, oh, that just solves everything.
Yeah.
So every time that we send each other a voice, it's like 5
I do
minutes
that
long.
now. I was doing it today. Like, I know what I'm doing now.
Oh, perfect. Well, that one's a nice one. There's 3 more. So Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how people use Apple Music. I really don't.
Did you start with Apple Music before?
I did.
Why did you go into like Spotify?
They had a student deal.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not gonna even
Never looked back since.
I'm not gonna even argue with that one. Okay. This one's gonna be a good one.
Okay.
A full English or a roast dinner?
A roast dinner.
That one was easy, wasn't it?
Easy. So easy.
Not a full English?
No, not at all.
Vicky, just think, right? You've got sausages there. You've got bacon if you eat bacon, beans, hash brown, like roast dinner all day.
Roast dinner any day. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a full English.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be hard.
No.
I was looking at it, I was like, oh my goodness.
Would you pick the breakfast?
Depends on the mood.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Depends on the mood. But yeah, I would say an English breakfast. But maybe chicken on my roast dinner though. I don't mind like beef. But
yeah.
Okay, well that was nice and easy. And then to finish this one off, soft glam or full glam?
What, like day to day or just in general?
Let's go. Oh,
I
actually, this would
don't
depend
know,
on
you know.
like the occasion
Yeah.
as well then. Okay, let's do both. Day to day.
Soft glam.
And
Or like
then-
not even no makeup actually. I mean, I barely ever wear any,
Yeah.
so yeah, but I think soft glam is nicer. And full glam for sure, like when you're going out and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Beloved natural queen, embrace your natural self.
Yeah.
Yes. Because not every day you need makeup.
No.
Anyways, that is that part of the segment complete. So we're now going to go on to the next section, which is my favorite part of the episode. So guys, be ready for this week. It's going to be a juicy one. Let's get into it. So Victoria, it's actually going to be different this week because normally I give my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I can be on the fence because sometimes I just think, actually, you might not be the problem.
Both sides. You always see both sides though.
Exactly. But this week, it'll be interesting to hear it from somebody else. I'll chip in a little bit, but very much this will be you giving us your opinion, what you think. Is the person right or wrong? Okay. This is always my favorite part. So I'm ready to get into it. And it goes. Am I the problem for refusing to be my gym partner's spotter?
Okay.
After she kept ignoring my advice. So this is a 26-year-old female. Okay. So she says, I have been lifting for about 5 years and take my workouts pretty seriously. Okay, this is a gym girly. I'm not a trainer, but I've learned a lot about form, injury prevention, and not letting ego take over. A few months ago, I met Sophie. So Sophie's 23 years old.
All right, so this is 2 girls.
2 girls.
Oh, okay.
2 girls. So the other girl, we'll give her a name because she doesn't have a name. She's 26. What can we name her?
What's the first one called?
She doesn't have a name.
All right.
She can be Emily.
Okay.
So Emily is the one with the dilemma. And Sophie is the girl that she met 2 months ago at the gym. She's newer to lifting, but really enthusiastic. So she says, we started working out together sometimes. At first it was fun, but I quickly noticed that she had a habit of jumping to heavier weights way too quickly, even when her form wasn't great. I already know what you're thinking, but I just want to hear it out loud.
Yeah, I'm holding back.
I tried to help, suggesting lighter weights, showing her how to control her reps, explaining why form matters more than numbers.
Yeah.
But she'd usually brush it off and say things like, I just want to push myself. So a week ago, she asked me to spot her on a bench press. I saw that she'd loaded way more than she even has ever done before.
Yeah.
I asked her if she was sure and suggested dropping the weights a bit since, her previous set looked a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
So clearly she's struggling here. She got defensive and said that she needed to prove that she could do it, in quotation marks. So I told her I wasn't comfortable spotting her at that weight. I said I'd happily spot her if she lowered it to something safer, but she refused and got annoyed, saying that I was being controlling. She then ended up asking someone else to spot her. On her second rep, she lost control of the bar and it came down hard. The other person helped her rack it up.
That's what you get for ego lifting. I'm joking. Bad times.
Well, she then ended up straining her shoulder pretty badly. She hasn't been back to the gym since. Now a couple of people at the gym are saying that I should have spotted her anyways because I might have prevented the injury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They think I was being stubborn and trying to make a point. I do feel bad that she got hurt, but I also feel that I set a reasonable boundary and didn't want to be part of something that was not safe. Am I the problem?
What, do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think she should have spotted her for sure. But I think if that was me, and I didn't feel like I could spot someone, I'd just say, I don't think I'll be good to spot you for that. As in, I don't think I'm strong enough.
Yeah.
I'd have done it that way, but I wouldn't have said, like, oh, don't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But wasn't she like lifting? I'm sure she said at some
She
point
was like lifting way more.
Yeah.
I think by then I'd have just said like, oh, like, I don't think I can spot you on that. Like, that's too heavy for me. Maybe like we should get someone.
Yeah.
But like, I'd still be like, oh, like, yeah, if you want to do it,
Yeah.
Like, if she wants to lift more and get injured, that's her problem. But
yeah.
I wouldn't not help.
Yeah. Unfortunately for her, that's exactly
Yeah,
what happened.
Yeah, that's such a bad outcome.
I think you did mention it earlier in terms of like ego lifting.
Yeah.
Which you see a lot of in the gym.
You do. And I've even got friends and they'll send me like form videos and they're like, oh my God, look at this, look how much I'm lifting. I'm like, girl, like, you need to do a full range of motion there. And again, I'm like, was it Emily? I can't remember her name, or
Emily.
the other girl. She said she's not like a qualified trainer or anything, but if you're someone who's been training a while, I think you're like right in saying, you can go deeper, or that wasn't your full range of motion or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I feel like your muscles can't read numbers.
Yeah.
So why do you have to do high numbers to feel it? Like, you
Yeah.
don't. Like, your muscles get fatigued. So as long as you're doing it progressively and safely, I don't think you need to be racking them up like every session.
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely. I think we'll definitely get into that when we start talking about, your own personal, journey with fitness. There's a lot to unpack on that. And it's definitely something that I really want to touch on. It can even be for anyone who's watching a sense of motivation to kind of hear it from someone else and see that, hard work, consistency and determination can really get you to where you want to be.
Yeah,
Some people, like these days especially, they just want to take shortcuts. And it's like, well, I want to do
There
this.
isn't one.
Exactly.
Manjaro isn't one.
Oh, well, that's going to trigger a few people. But you can only speak on your experience.
Yeah.
And if it's worked for somebody else, then that's
good for you.
That's it. But yeah, I don't know. So do you think that she is the problem for not being the spotter?
I think she's like being part of the problem. She could have said, oh, like, I'm not confident spotting you because the weight's too heavy for me.
Yeah.
She could have said it like that rather than saying, oh, you can't do it, I'm not spotting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, still be a good friend and say, oh, yeah, like, go for it. But maybe I'm not the right spotter for this one.
How would you like deal with that? Let's say you're in the gym.
Yeah.
And someone wanted you to spot them.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh, are you sure that you can lift it? Would you actually mention something? Or, because let's say someone's lifting weights that you don't think you'll even be able to actually support. Like, would you be like, okay, I don't think...
Like, surely your spotter should be stronger than
the
person lifting, right? So I think I mean, I go to like a bodybuilding gym, so I don't think anyone would look at me twice, but I'd have plenty of people to ask if I wanted the support. But then I think, again, like, if you don't feel comfortable or confident lifting that weight, then should you be doing it?
That's another question. And also, there's alternatives. Like, you can use, with like the chest press, you've obviously got the Smith machine.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like, oh, I'm not sure whether lifting this
that's
weight's...
a good one, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and there's alternatives, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
On this occasion, she is not the problem.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if I've told somebody, or not even with this, like something's happening and I'm like, actually, no, I don't think you should do this, but you decide to actually go and do it, and then something happens. Yeah,
it is her own fault, but I think if you're there and you're a friend, you'd just say, oh, like, maybe we should get someone to help, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's why you're a good friend, Wiki. That's why you're a good friend, Victoria. Otherwise, well, if that was me, I'd be like, nope, that's...
What, so if I asked you, you'd just leave me there?
No, I wouldn't leave you there. I would, like, try and...
Convince me out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
at least
fair.
we can maybe work gradually as well. Maybe
work
start...
up to it, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
and
like
then,
a normal way of doing
exactly
it.
That. Then you can kind of like see, okay, well, I've got to this weight. This is a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Then you know whether you have enough in the tank to be able to go up. I don't know. It's a little bit different with like how men and women train.
Yeah, I mean, chest for girls, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, I know they train chest. I mean, I personally don't, but...
Not as much?
Not at all.
Oh, not at all?
Not at all, actually. Yeah, I don't have chest programmed on my plan.
Okay. We'll dive straight into that.
But yeah, overall, I don't think she was the problem.
I agree.
But she could have, prevented it maybe. Unless Emily was that hot-headed and she wanted a PB that much that she got an injury, but hey.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think I actually have anything more to say on that. Which does lead us nicely into the main segment, the main episode. The way that it's going to work is very much I'm going to try and take people through a journey. So we're going to start at the beginning, maybe just touch a little bit on like, your background and, what you've done up until the Victoria we see right now. And there's a few things as well that I do want to speak about, which will be very interesting to go into. Again, this is like your experience, your space. Feel completely like free to say whatever you like, and I think it will be very, very, very insightful for people as well to kind of like hear it from you. Yeah. And seeing your experience can help someone. And one thing that I always say on here is, if just one person can listen to this and like feel inspired, or at least take something from that
away,
that's good enough for me.
Don't be an Emily.
Yeah, don't be an Emily. Like, that is good enough for me. So I guess we'll get into it.
Yes.
Action. Let's go. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack. I guess maybe I want to start with, how do we actually know each other?
Yeah. I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I was like, I don't know, does everyone know this? Can I say this? Can I say how I met Bienvenue? Bienvenue used to sell sweets at school. He was the chewest guy. Do you know that not everyone has them at school?
What?
Like, people that sell sweets.
Don't have what?
They don't have like a dedicated person in the year group that sells sweets.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's crazy. I thought every school had like a kid on the playground that sold sweets that Luca did.
But I don't know. I don't think that happens like today. I don't think the kids of today's age...
They can leave school and stuff though, can't they? I think more.
Yeah. That was a time.
That's like a core memory of Bienvenue at school.
Was that how we actually...
I feel like that may have been one of the things, but the main was dance, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was. So, yeah, this was back in secondary school was when we met. Actually, in was it year 7? Because you were the year below me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was one of like the shows, because our school used to do like Christmas shows every single year. Yeah. And we literally did every single one of them.
Year. And came back to do more.
Came back to do more.
Yeah.
And throughout the years, we ended up having like our own duet
Oh, we
as well.
did.
Yeah,
Oh, we did.
I remember that. And it was just like so good. I think especially like being at sixth form when you have like all of that freedom to kind of
Yeah, just
like
dance in a hall.
yeah, do anything during
Yeah.
like your free periods. That was fun. That was like
It was
so fun.
I miss it.
Yeah,
I do miss that.
I could literally just school days were like the best days. But yeah, we did like all the Christmas shows together,
Yeah.
and like we said, we already would come back, did a few more shows.
Mm-hmm.
You were actually meant to be in the one that recently happened,
Yes.
but you couldn't be in that one because you were somewhere
Yes.
because something special was happening, which
Yes.
we're not going to talk about right now because that is going to be dedicated
Okay.
later on. So something was happening, but you couldn't be in that one, obviously.
The year before.
or
She's a
the
busy
year
girl.
before. Literally traveling, you just everywhere. But that's kind of like where everything started, and then going through that as well. I guess maybe just a bit about yourself. Like, what was it like? Have you grown up here, in the UK, and like school life? How was that? How have you found school?
Yeah. So I'm originally from Poland. So I was born in Poland, which obviously you know, but the guys won't. And I've been living here since I was 3. So I'm 24 now. So that's 21 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much grown up in the UK. And I've enjoyed it for like the most part. You know, it's been good. But I feel like when you first moved like back then, it was hard. Like there wasn't really that many immigrants, especially from like Eastern Europe. Like I think the EU, they came kind of into the EU like the year we moved here.
Yeah.
So I literally remember, I mean, I know not many people remember like memories from when they were young, but I remember because obviously I grew up in Poland. I knew Polish, it was my first language. I still speak it. I went to nursery here and I was speaking Polish to all the kids because that's all I knew. Like English was like, I didn't know English was a thing. And you know, like
Yeah.
I went through I don't even know when I learned the language, but you do just pick it up. And I was speaking Polish to everyone. Like that was crazy. So I think, but as a kid you pick it up so quick.
Yeah.
And I think once you've got the language, like it's pretty much the same as living anywhere else, I think. Apart from it rains a lot here.
Yeah. And that's literally like where we relate so much. And
Yeah.
I can 100% relate with you on that one.
Yeah.
Because quite similar to yourself, my experience is very much that.
Mm-hmm.
Not being born here. And can I just say, like, being able to speak another language, a flex of its own.
Yeah.
So we're not going to actually skip, like, beyond that because we just need to acknowledge. So you're not only speaking English, you also speak Polish. And to have been able to do that, because a lot of the times, let's say you speak another language or you've grown up in, like, I don't know, somewhere else.
Yeah.
You come here in the UK, a lot of like kids tend to like forget their native language, and
that's true.
it's kind of like, oh, you don't keep that, but you've pretty much just been able to like stick with that, and I'm sure that's going to go on to like generations.
Sure. I mean, people think it's so weird, but like my partner's Polish as well. It wasn't intentional to get with a Polish partner. It just fell in my lap like that. But we've got a dog and he only knows Polish, which people find so crazy. Like, we communicate to the dog in Polish and they're like, oh my God, like, your dog knows Polish. We're like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like such a normal thing. Like, I don't think about it twice, you know what I mean? But people are like, oh my God, as if. But he's Romanian. That's a different story, the dog.
Oh, shout out to Hugo.
Yeah, shout out. My
Shout
baby.
out to Hugo. Oh, yeah. With that then, so then I guess we're primary school. We'll talk a little bit about secondary school life. Like, what was your experience like? Like, how did you find like the schooling system here? Just.
I mean, I think because I know no different, it's like fine. But yeah, I mean, like, you know how a lot of people say, oh, like, I'd love to go back to school and whatever. I don't think I would. Like,
really?
my year, I mean, you knew my year and stuff. And I just don't think our year, like, gelled as a group. Like, I was much closer to, like, your year. Hence why, like, we're such good friends.
Yeah.
But I think, it was just very, like, just going to school. I didn't really think anything more of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So interesting.
I'd say, like, I enjoy life so much more post-school than I did at school. But I mean, to go back and just worry about going to school and that's it would be great.
Yeah.
Rather than paying bills, but you know.
Yeah. So interesting. Just on that as well, right? Want to touch on, might be, I don't know if it's controversial.
Yeah.
Having a female or a male best friend, and like, because people feel like, oh, a guy and a girl can't be really good friends, and it's like
We're living proof.
being literally
literally living proof.
and it's like it couldn't be anything further from the truth. And
Yeah.
because people think like, oh, there's no way that you can be friends with a girl. Like
Yeah.
I've had it where my male friends or even people that I've just met and they're like, oh, how are you like best friends with a girl?
Yeah.
And like nothing's happened. I just think it does not have to be like, they can literally be a platonic friendship between
Yeah.
a guy and a girl, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I say that as well because it's such an interesting friendship dynamic, because my best friend is your fiance.
Yeah.
Which people would hear that and think, how does this work?
How's it like that happen?
How has that happened? Like, how are you really good friends with a guy and a girl? And it's like, no, it can happen. It doesn't have to, a best friend doesn't have to be someone who's just like, the same gender as yourself. It can literally be the opposite gender as well. And it's, like you said, we're living proof like that is possible. Because I have a lot of like female friends as well.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of, maybe more so for guys. I think men tend to have a bit more of they try to like overthink things.
Yeah.
They look at women in a way that is more than a friend, and a woman.
There,
And
but even like from myself, like the last couple of years of school, I'd say my friendship group was pretty much boys as well. And so it was through sixth form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of females that have male best friends tend to be those that can interact well with men and not see anything more. Yeah. But it's like, why is it that do you prefer having male friends over like female? Is it that there's more problems?
Yeah, I think at school there was just more problems. Like you were just prone to like, I don't know, being in cliques and stuff. Yeah. Whereas the boys were just always so chill, just playing football. Yeah. But whereas now, like, I appreciate, like, my girlfriends. Like, I've probably got just a few, like, obviously Dom, then yourself, and a couple of others, and I think that's it. Like, the rest are, like, girls. Yeah. Yeah, because you need a bit of that girly side and just an opinion from, like, girls as well. Well, all of them, I'd probably say, apart from like 2 or 3, are the only ones I've had since like being a teenager. All of the other ones I've had have been from like 20s onwards. Yeah. Okay. The ones that don't want problems either, and it's just so much better. Yeah. Yeah. And you've got to think as well, once you're like getting old, you have more responsibility. There's no time for like childish stuff. Like it's just a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. And sometimes I think some people just do not grow. No. Like there's people who still have that mentality of being back at school and sort of like a childish mentality, if I do say so. Yeah. But others kind of like look at life differently. You think that was a stage of my life which is no longer part of me. Life has moved on. Yeah, which there's I think is like why your circle changes as you grow up, isn't it? Really. Okay. Yeah. And then post that, you've obviously done a lot of things. I know I mentioned there in the introduction that you are also a businesswoman. Yes. So I want to touch on, before I talk about that, post secondary school, you then went on to sixth form. And I tried uni, and then tried university. But university, you didn't make it to the end. No, I didn't know. Why was that? So I went to study neuroscience, loved the subject, loved studying it, and then COVID hit. And then I came to the realisation, like, what am I actually paying for here? Because a lot of my, like, science work was in labs. And obviously all that got stripped back from us. It was like watching PowerPoints from, like, 2010. And I was like, what am I actually doing? Yeah. And at that point, I was like, do you know what? I'm not even going back. It was, like, after Christmas. But is that, like, your first semester? Yeah. So I did the first year. And then I went to do my second year, did the first semester. Like, it was absolutely fine. And then when I came home for Christmas, I was like, what am I actually doing? What year was this again? What would it have been? 2020. 2020 was 2020 was my second year, September, October. And then January 2021, I decided, I was like, this is not for me. I think that's the right timeline. I think I started uni in 2019.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
How
when did you
crazy.
start uni?
Mine was 2018.
So yeah, 19 for me, yeah.
Which is, again, we've pretty much like been through from secondary school.
Well, yeah.
We've literally been through together. You went to the same uni as
city.
me. And I remember, I mean, that actually was never the plan.
No, it wasn't an intention, actually. Yeah, no.
You wanted to go to Manchester at first.
Yeah.
But the course that you wanted to go into, things happened, whatever that was. And you then thought, okay, well, you had no choice but to then go to Leicester.
Leicester was my option, yeah.
And it wasn't the course that you wanted to do at first, was it? Or was that what did you want to do? Neuro?
Yeah, it was always neuroscience, but basically what it was is that Manchester had higher grade requirements, which obviously I didn't get, so then it went down to Leicester, and I thought, do you know what, like, it is still a good uni, like, it's not my first choice, but, you know, bienvenue goes there. It's got to be decent, because I know you won't go anywhere that's not. So I thought, do you know what, why not, like, it's still a course that I want to do, so we'll give it a whirl. And I did, and I loved it, but it was just the fact that then I realised that I wasn't getting what I was paying for, which, you know, I'm still paying off until this day. And
I literally had this conversation. There was a guest we had on. Yeah. And it was an interesting, very interesting conversation. We're talking about going to uni or taking other routes, because now more than ever there's other ways that you can still like apprenticeships, which was a huge.
I'd have fully if I could go back, that's what I'd go down.
Yeah, because
for sure.
I remember when you first came to Leicester, because I was already there. I think I was getting to my third year. I think I was going into my third. Yeah, I was going into my third year in 2020.
Yes, so that was my second year. Yeah.
And then in the middle of COVID, before you came, you was kind of like, I need some advice. You know, what's Leicester like? I was as real as I possibly could be. Like, just tell you the good, the bad, so you can make that decision for yourself. And my experience was a bit different, because the course that I studied, obviously different to yours. The time that I went as well, you didn't get the whole like freshers thing as well, which I think maybe played into...
Potentially, yeah. I was also like a week late into uni as well, so I kind of missed freshers week too. Because we were on holiday. But yeah, I think, it was just, you live and you learn. Yeah. I've done it. I won't go back.
And I think as well, like, the fact that, because when you were telling me about, I don't think I'm able to do this, I was like, give it a year at least. If then you're still not feeling it, then make that decision. And you was like, it's
and
not.
The thing is, like, people say, like, well, you're just failing. I'm like, no, I was actually really, really good. Like, I got like a first in my first year, and then in my second year, I was tracking on getting a first as well. But I was just like, this is just not worth my money. Yeah. And I'm so glad I just left it, because so much has happened since then that probably wouldn't have happened.
I'm so glad you actually touched on that, because, guys, Victoria is very smart. Like, you were literally like the A star student at school. If you're not going to say that, I'm going to say it for you, because she is. And can you imagine, you know someone who's like, I'm talking to you right now, but you know someone, when you're speaking to someone who's academically intelligent, they come to you and they're like, uni's not working for me, it's not it.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, how?
And like, my reaction was like, are you sure?
I know everyone was like, my mum and dad were like, really? Like, what are you going to do? I was like, because at this point I was like at Mackey's, and I was like, I'm just going to work full time and find something else. So that was obviously my other thing. I didn't want to like drop out and do nothing. Which is like, I had my job at McDonald's, so I thought, do you know what, at least I'm going to be working, I'm going to be making money in the meantime. I'm not coming back just to sit at home and do nothing, which is what I didn't want to do. But which is important. I think in school, like, they drill it into you so much, maybe not so much now, I don't know, you have to go to university to be successful. And it's like, so not true. Like, controversial, but it's so not true. Like, you do not need uni to be successful.
Totally agree.
I could name you so many people that don't have a degree and are like more successful than those that do. So I think unless you want to be like a doctor, a dentist, like a profession that you need a degree for. If you don't want to go, don't go.
Totally agree.
You know?
And I think it's always finding the right time to walk away. And I feel like
Yeah.
you found that time. The more that you were dwelling on the thought of leaving,
Yeah.
time was going, and
Yeah.
you're spending money. Time is money.
Yeah, exactly.
Your time is money.
Yeah.
You didn't want to end up in a position where you could have been in so much more debt.
That's
even
true.
though, you know, you still
Yeah.
are in a bit of debt, but you could have ended up in so much more debt
Yeah, for sure.
if you hadn't walked away sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's also important for, I guess, for people to, if you're like in a position where you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure if uni is for myself, you can literally go to university at any age.
Yeah.
Like, you might
You
decide,
can,
okay,
yeah.
I don't want to do it now. And then in 10 years' time, your opinion might change. You can still go back to
Yeah.
uni. Then you go now, and then you're like, actually, I regret it. You don't
Mm.
even use your degree. How many people have gone to university and not used their degrees? And it's like, you're just sat here in debt.
Yeah.
You're not using the degree.
For what?
For what? They're not
Yeah.
ready for that conversation, are they?
No,
They're
no.
not ready for that conversation.
No, that's true.
But yeah, no, I think with that as well, I really do admire that you made the decision sooner.
Yeah.
You did think about it. It wasn't just before people like think, oh, you just decided to like.
Yeah, I
drop
didn't just
out.
come home for Christmas, have loads of nice food, and thought I'm not going back. This is too good. It was when I started my second year. I kind of went with the same thought,
Yeah.
and I did that first semester, and I just thought when I came back home, like, yeah, I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much that. But yeah, like you say, like if you can feel that it's something that you want to do, like just do it, because like you know yourself better than anyone else for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's also what you want to do after. Like when I started deep in it, I was like, what am I actually going to do with neuroscience?
Yeah.
Especially that I don't even get to work in a lab like now. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Placements weren't a thing because of COVID. Like, they cancelled all of them, and I was like,
Yeah, I
you
can
know?
imagine.
And
It's
it was
a-
just meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Because look where you are now,
Exactly.
which we'll look into.
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? I think there was a point. You mentioned something about. It'll come back to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything just happens for a reason, and the
Yeah.
fact that you had a plan in place.
Yeah. I mean, it
which-
wasn't a great plan, but it was a plan.
It was a plan,
You know?
and it's better than just being in a position where you're not earning anything, which I definitely am so against.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to like leave, I've spoken about this before as well. Actually, if you want to leave a particular environment or workplace, always make sure that you've got plan B, because
Yeah.
let's say you've got a job, you decide, oh, I want to quit this job because I'm not enjoying it, but you don't actually have a plan B.
Yeah.
What are you going to do then? It's
Yeah.
like, well, you're left in a worse
Like,
position.
exactly.
So having
Yeah.
a plan in place, that was definitely, definitely. Well, it was thought of.
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of just make a rash
No.
decision.
No.
Moving on to that, then
Mm-hmm.
at this point you've left uni
Mm-hmm.
and you're working full time. It was full time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At this point, were you also then looking or thinking about what exactly you wanted to do? Because I believe 2020 was also the year that I think you already started doing lash.
So
at
that
this
was
point.
it. So I was kind of like coming and ahhing with the idea of doing a lash course. And one big factor was like Dom, my partner. So obviously I said to him, oh, like I want to drop out of uni, like, and he was like, well, what are you going to do then? And I was like, well, I'm just going to work full time. And then I started talking about this course, and he was like, just do it. Like, literally just do it. And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, like, why not? So obviously working full time, saved a bit of money up, and I booked this course. And it's so funny because I booked this course and then went into lockdown.
Oh my god.
I know. So it was like, oh my God, what now? But luckily the girl who I booked with, the courses that they had in person, they actually turned into online masterclasses and like online courses, which now are like massive. Like you can pretty much train online for nearly everything.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like the guinea pig for that. And I thought, do you know what? Like I'm going to do it. It was like a really good price because they'd never done it before. And literally as we went into lockdown, I just practiced. So I did the course and it was really good actually. I mean, they're probably so much better now, but you had like Zoom meetings, manuals to look through. And lashing was just like, it wasn't as big then as it is now. lash extensions. So I just kind of spent the lockdown practicing. I mean, I literally did like sets of lashes on Dom, on my brother, on my mum, like every other day. And then I think at the point where we came out of lockdown, I was ready to take clients on because I developed my skills so much through that.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing else to do. You literally, I mean, we literally sat on the garden every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really good weather, and all I did was just sit there and make these little lash fans, and I just got better and better. So then when I can't even remember when we came out of lockdown. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like ready to take on clients.
Mm-hmm.
And because I like advertised it a lot and posted a lot about it through lockdown, I had a lot of engagement. Oh, and what I did do actually, I forgot about this, but I actually created like strip lashes for people. So like I made money that. Like whilst in lockdown.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I was selling them for like £5 and stuff. But obviously every pair I sold, I got better at. And then obviously my friends were buying them, friends of friends were buying them. And then because they like these strip lashes, and then came to me for like actual lash extensions. So that's kind of how it started.
So with the lash, so the course that you did was in actual lash extensions, right?
Yeah.
So when did you actually start seriously putting yourself out there? Because I'm sure it was 2 years later is when properly...
Yeah, because obviously lockdown happened, then I went back to uni. I had like a couple of friends there who I did it on, but obviously uni's uni, like work is a lot. So I didn't realise how much time I would actually be taking. Like compared from year 1 to year 2, the jump was crazy in workload.
Yeah, I know.
And because you had to do it all yourself, you didn't have like lectures, like in-person lectures most of the time. I was like, oh my God, I don't actually have time to do this. So it was after I dropped out, so like what takes us to like 2021.
Yeah.
And I moved back home, and I was like, right, yeah, I'm going to take on clients in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? If I got that timeline right?
2021.
Yeah, it was after I dropped out, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd say from then onwards, I took it more seriously, like taking clients on, working from my mum's house and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Because then approximately a year later, something huge happened. And this is why, like, your story is just so interesting.
A whirlwind.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing I know, hopefully, like, as you're listening to this, guys, if there's anything you need to take away is when you're thinking of something, you have an idea, you've got a business in mind, just like Victoria. She was at university. She could have easily just decided to have gone through with that, got to the end, knowing that she's not going to use this degree, and just thought, well, do you know what? For the sake of either pleasing other people, you probably had the pressure of like maybe not pressure.
Yeah,
or
it was because like the first one being in uni from your family, you're like, oh my God, it's a massive thing. Like, you know, you're gonna graduate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And like with that, make the decision. You just have to stand firm with the decision that you make, because you never know the sort of opportunities that can kind of like roll off from the back of that. Yeah, and it's for yourself as well. Like your parents aren't going to be paying your uni debt for you. Do you know what I mean? They're not. And they're the ones that are going to be pressuring us.
Exactly. Like, yeah, it's all good. And like, I appreciate being here and having the opportunity to get one, but I don't want one.
Yeah. And times change. Like,
yeah.
Things change. So with that, I would definitely encourage whoever, you know, if you're thinking of something, if university is not for you, although I myself went to university, I don't regret doing that because my story is my story. If that's how things were meant to be, that was... And
you needed it as well. Like, for what you want to do, you need it.
Exactly that.
What you want to do,
Exactly that. A year later, something huge happened. So at the end of 2022, you and Dom became homeowners.
We did.
This is in the space of 2 years.
I didn't think you were going to say that, you know.
There we go.
I thought you were going to go to cabin crew.
Well, that was before then.
Okay.
That was the other thing that I was actually gonna talk about.
Say, yeah.
Because that was an interesting.
Yeah, and that
time.
was the last minute. Yeah. I'll tell you when I tell you.
But like, I remember you enjoyed that,
it.
didn't you?
Absolutely loved it. Yeah, I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Okay. In fact, in that case, can we talk about that first, and then we'll go into the other part? Yeah. So yeah, was that also was cabin crew in 2022?
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because you went from dropping out of university, working full-time in McDonald's, having this lash business on the side.
Yeah.
Not just lashing, because now Beauty by Victoria is doing so much more than just lashes, which we'll look into as well. So you've gone through all of this. You've got into a relationship. I mean, your relationship was way
prior
before then.
Prior to all of that, through uni as well,
And even prior to that, there was another relationship you were in, which, again, we have like this. This is why like our friendship is so special. There's certain things that have happened which we've like been through together, relationship wise. Experiencing like heartbreak. Like I've been there. When
we've both
you've
been there, for sure.
And it's just so amazing to always have that person who's always there.
But you forget, don't you? Like, I just thought what you said then, and I was like, oh my god, like B was there.
Yeah, but we're not going to give that any time. We're looking at what's all the important stuff. That's what we're going to focus on. But with that, so you've left uni, worked full time at McDonald's, handling this business at the same time, trying to kind of like figure out what is it you want to do.
Yeah.
You then land this job working as cabin crew.
Yeah, it was so random. I literally remember applying for it. I was at Dom's. I was stopping at his. He was already like snoring asleep. And then I was scrolling through Facebook, and you know how ads just like pop up? It was an ad like for 2E cabin crew, and I was like, like I never thought about it before. Like, oh yeah, cabin crew's cool. Like trolley dolly looking all pretty. Like, it seems mint. So I clicked on it and I just applied.
Okay.
That was it. Like, I just applied and then I just left it. And then next morning, like, we woke up and I said to Tom, I was like, I've just applied to be cabin crew. And he was like, what?
What was his reaction?
He was just like, where? When? I was like, oh, just whilst you were asleep. And he was like, all right, fair. And then we just kind of thought, oh, well, like, nothing's ever going to come of it. Like, I never did anything like college to do with it.
Yeah.
But the one thing, I don't know about other, like, travel companies or whatever, but TUI recruited you based on your personality, because the crew on board essentially represent the company. They want like bubbly, positive, happy people. So I went through all the phases of the interview, and I couldn't believe I was getting through it. I was like, I literally have no experience. And Dom, again, biggest support, he was like, but you've got so many transferable skills from what you've already done.
Oh, amazing.
That why not? And I was successful. I passed, and then I did my course in March, April time, and that were it. And I did a full season with TUI.
Wow.
And then Doncaster Airport shut.
With that as well, I think maybe to just give Dominic a bit of a shout out, I think that is my bro. That is like my brother. I think one thing about Dominic is he will be there to support.
Oh yeah. Like
he will champion whatever you want.
Yeah.
And the thing with him, he's very he's honest, and
he's the most honest person ever. Like the amount of times he's been a bit too honest with my friends, and I'm just looking at him like, Dom.
Oh, you are gonna get nothing but honesty from Dominic, and I think you always need a friend like that.
Oh,
and that's why, like, me and him get on so well, and for all of these years, we've been friends. And one thing I do admire about him is like he will tell you the honest truth. He'll be very realistic.
Yeah.
If you're doing something well, if not, he will also be there to like help. Yeah, he'll tell
you if you're delusional, for sure.
Yeah. So I know with yourself, he's like your biggest fan, like your biggest supporter. He'll always be there, like push you to do things. He'll support you with anything. Likewise with yourself, and him, and that's why like you two just go together so well.
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive reason why.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so you then start working. You land this job. Yeah. You're flying. You're going everywhere. You were working with TUI.
Yes.
And it's not just a small airline. That's a huge airline. Considering you didn't have any experience.
I know.
And you're just going through the process. You're like, oh well, on to the next stage.
Yeah.
Here I am. And then, how was that?
Yeah.
The whole experience.
So intense.
Yeah.
So intense, because I think it was 4 weeks of training. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're training Monday to Friday, like learning about all these like first aid emergencies and whatever, it's a lot. And I remember my actual first flight. So the first flight you do, I can't remember like the word for it, but you're basically like an extra cabin crew. So you're kind of there like doing little jobs, but you're not actually like positioning on the flight. Like you've not got specific roles that you do. You're just kind of there to watch and observe. And there was a first aid. So after that one, on my first flight, like working as cabin crew, there was a first aid emergency. Like we had a guy like fainting, passing out the whole flight. It was terrifying.
That was like your first.
That was my first operating flight. Yeah. I got back and everyone was like, how did you do that? I was like, I don't want to go back. No, it was really good. Like, you know, like all the training you go through, like I don't think people realise how much cabin crew do have to actually know.
Yeah.
Half of the time, like I say, you look at them and you think, oh, like, you know, pretty, just pushing the trolleys. But like everything else that you have to know for that is a lot.
Yeah. What would you say was like, was there anything that you found challenging about like working as cabin crew at all?
I think that's definitely like the job that shaped me the most, because I was 21, well, turned 21 halfway through the season, and to put people into their places, and I mean authority wise, like to say no to people or tell them what to do, like a lot of them can be like no, but then you just have to be like, you know, I'm the one in charge here, like, do you want to get off the flight? Like, literally. I think that was the hardest part, and like, you know, actually telling people like, oh, I can't serve you a drink. Why? You know, you're a bit too rowdy, like
you can say no?
Oh yeah, you need to say no. You know, if you've got someone on a flight being rowdy, like as cabin crew, you should say, oh, like, we're not serving you anymore. So I think that job literally shaped me, because as a 20-year-old, it's like they look at you and think, who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like when I look at cabin crew, a lot of them are actually, they look old, not, well.
Yeah, there's a lot of seniority in the job, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's a really good job though. For anyone wanting to do it, I'd say do it.
Yeah.
I'd go back and do it.
So what had happened, I mean, I know why you left there.
Yeah.
But what had happened for you to kind of be like, okay, I need to leave? Or
yeah, so I was actually going to go back for my next season. So the only like downside of it was the fact that you were working from March till end of October. So then the other months you were out of a job, so you had to look for a different job. And obviously we was in the process of getting a house, and I was like, oh my god, like I can't not have a job throughout the winter, like that is stress, you know, bills, mortgage, all of that stuff. I was like, it's not really what's the word, like
what you want to be going through.
Yeah, and it's not really like the smart thing to do.
Okay.
The logical thing to do, you know, like you've got bills to pay at that point. So then I applied for an office job, which I actually previously had, but I went back to it. So I had this office job between like December and March before I went to train for cabin crew, but I applied again and I got put in a completely different department, and it was so good. And the benefits that came with it were just too good to leave.
The office job
that I've still got now.
Yeah.
It was just too good to leave, you know, like flexible working times, being at home, having weekends off. I was like, this is brilliant. And so then when it came to going back to S2E8 and starting the season, I would have been working at East Midlands, which obviously as well like travel time. And I was like, do you know what? Like, it's actually not worth it. Even though I enjoyed it, but I was like, can I be bothered to go through that stress through the winter months again? Probably not. And find like whatever job, like it works for some people, but I thought for me, I want to be secure.
Yeah.
And obviously Doncaster shut, and then travelling time, and I'd only just passed my driving that year. I wasn't like a confident driver, and I thought, travelling all that way, do I want to do that?
Yeah.
And it was still doing short haul flights, so it was like going there and back and not actually staying there. So I was like, is it worth a 3-hour drive? Probably not, just to like save people, you know, on the plane. So I went with the logical option and stayed at my office job, and it's been treating me well.
Yeah, because the hours were crazy as well. You would do like, it was like a shift pattern, and there'll be times where you may be on standby, so they could call you and fly out.
And you had like 90 minutes to get to the air. So like from the minute they called you, you had 90 minutes to get to like the aircraft. Which obviously, from where I live, like Doncaster wasn't far at all. East Midlands, I would have to be sat ready in my car, straight ready to go, you know. And the chances of you getting called, you might have not been. So yeah, and like the comes with a lot of discipline as well, which you mentioned. But I feel like prior to this anyways, you've always been very disciplined, as we've already touched on. You're an early bird, not a late owl. So but this job, you were required to be getting up at like 4 a.m. to travel to the airport. So it was a lot. You're traveling to the airport, you get there like 3 or 4 hours before the takeoff or something. Yeah, I think it was something like that, like 3 hours.
That's like almost a day. Would you like, because some of your shift will be back to back, you fly, you come back, and you can travel the same day.
16 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And that's like bearing in mind nothing goes wrong, you know. So I mean, but you also got a lot of time off. because of
okay.
that. I don't
Yeah.
know if, I know things have changed since, you know, in contracts, and I know people work more and more hours, but that's kind of where I was at with it, that, you know, like landing this office job, I was like, I can get into a normal routine and all my bills will be paid for and I know what I'll be getting every month, and that's kind of what I went with.
Yeah. Did you find that this affected your relationship?
Cabin crew.
Yes.
No.
Not at all?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, like Dom is so supportive. So like we'd just work around it and we'd still see each other as normal. And at that point, the thing was he had a Monday to Friday jobs and I was working like the whatever shift pattern job, and then we switched. So then when I started working Monday to Friday, he then started working shifts. So I think it's like just how you work around it, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like I said, I had a lot of time off, so that time off we'd spend together.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you can make it work. I mean, even like, you know, when people say like, oh, like you're moving out to uni and stuff and you won't last and stuff, because I mean we weren't close by. I still moved out because it's something I always wanted to do, and he was like, you know, like you've always wanted to do that, do it.
Yeah.
Still worked like 8 years down the line nearly.
Yeah. And then moving on, I mean the same year as well was then
Yeah.
when you ended up
that
buying
year.
your
Yeah.
house, and it's like so
20
much.
Wait, how old was he? 21 and 22? Is that right?
Yeah, in 20
21
he
and
would have
22,
been
yeah.
20 yeah,
Yeah.
Dom would have been 22.
Yeah.
Then. And like saying that out loud now is crazy.
Crazy.
Like, and that's something which, you know, I've already told you this. I've spoken to both of you on this. And when I first walked into the house, when the house was literally empty, there was nothing there. I just looked around and I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, guys, like I was so proud, and just to see what like you guys have been through, literally being through everything. And I was like, I hope that you take it in yourself and
it's
understand
so hard,
that it's such
though,
a huge thing.
Yeah, and I feel like because so many people buy properties these days, you don't actually realise how big of an achievement it is. Do you know what I mean?
It's such a huge achievement because not anyone can literally buy a property. For others, it happens later on.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's time's different.
Yeah.
What it is for you now is not going to be the same for someone else. But I was like, guys, you've done it. Like, now on to the next. 2022, we'll move forward a little bit. We're going to 2023. A few other things happen. But then in 2024, something that happened in 2024. This was the year that you decided to change things. We're not just talking, you know, financially. We're not talking, actually, maybe mentally as well. A mental shift had happened then.
Yeah.
And this was a huge thing that happened.
Yeah.
So in 2024, you went on a fitness journey. You started to.
I did.
Initially, this started as just a simple weight loss. You just wanted to lose weight.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that. I know people. It's a topic that can be quite sensitive for others. But this is just your experience. What was the reason for deciding? Okay, I want to go on this journey, because when I look at you, Victoria, I think like you were absolutely fine.
Yeah, but now you look back and you think, oh my God, she wasn't.
There is a difference.
Yeah.
But at the time,
no one saw it. And I think that's the problem, that you're the only one who sees it. Because even Dom used to say, like, well, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, you know. And I'm not saying there is, but for me personally, I didn't feel good, which is why I went along and signed up with an online coach. So I did it back end of 2023. And I just thought, oh, like, I'll do a quick, you know, month's trial, see how I feel. And like the month showed me a lot, just a month. So I carried on through from January. I was like, yeah, like I'm ready to change properly here. So it was just, you know, I just wanted to be happy in myself. I wanted to put something on and feel fine rather than having a meltdown every time. Yeah. Which I think every girl can relate to.
Yeah. So when you started, that whole, I think it was a couple of months, you lost 23 kg.
Well, over the course of 12 months, that was.
You lost 23 kg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insane. You went from size 16, 18 all the way down to size 8 and 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again.
Crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
All of this was done just naturally.
Yeah, it was.
No sort of like supplement or substances that you've taken.
No.
I know right now, there's things that there's.
If I get
that are
another
taking-
allegation, I'm gonna throw hands.
Have you had that like
So
from people?
many, yeah, so many. I'd probably say like when I did my photo shoot, that's when I got a lot of people saying, "Oh my god, like how long have you been on the jab?" Like what?
Whoa.
I haven't. Yeah. Because, like you say, because there's so many people on it right now, like people just think that that's what you're on, especially because it did happen in such a quick time.
Yeah.
Like overall, I mean, yeah, I'd lost 23 kilos in the first year, and then I went on to do my photo shoot prep, and I lost a further 7 kilos, so I lost 30 kg overall.
Yeah.
So, you know, in 16 months, people think that's crazy, but it can be done.
Yeah. And that just shows that it is possible that you
Mm-hmm.
can do it when you are set on something.
Yeah.
And one thing about you, Victoria, is if you want to do something, you are going to make sure that is
Yeah.
done. There's no
Yeah.
time to like dwell on anything and
Yeah.
overthink. You'll obviously decide, okay, well, is what I'm doing like okay, but when you are set on something, you
Yeah.
will make sure that it's done, and it's always done to the best.
Yeah. Well, that was it. Plus, like, let's be real, having an online coach is not cheap.
Yeah.
So, you know, now that I was paying this money, I was like, I'm going to give it 100% because why not? And like week to week, I was like, okay, like this is working.
Yeah.
And the more I saw it work, the more I wanted to do it. So then the more effects I saw.
Yeah.
And
this
that's
was
just the
with,
beauty of it.
with Ellie as
Yeah,
well.
shout out
wasn't
to
it?
Ellie Elite Coaching.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
yeah. But I think when we look at your transformation, she's worked with a lot of other women
Yeah.
as well, and she still does work with a lot
Yeah.
of women. But your transformation is insane. I might be biased because I'm your friend and I'm saying that, but with all the other women that she's worked with, your transformation is just insane.
Thank you.
I think when you look
Yeah.
at it, you compare the pictures side to side.
Two
and it's
different
like,
people. Yeah, it is.
and I noticed this because your confidence as well. Just it's a difference,
Yeah.
especially the photo shoot that you did.
Yeah, crazy.
I was like, when you were looking just in front of the camera, you're like, you just look so much more confident.
So good to
comfortable.
work towards a photo shoot. Like it teaches you discipline like you never knew you had.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
yeah, and yeah, Ellie's. I know you sing.
She's the
her
woman.
praises all the time.
Yeah.
And it's clearly evident because
It is.
look at
Yeah.
where you are now.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to ask, when was it you felt like you were seeing change? Because I'm sure you would have people saying, especially at the start,
Yeah.
I mentioned it, so I was like, oh, Wiki, like, you've lost a bit of weight.
Yeah.
But that was just the beginning, and
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
that was not like anywhere near where you are now.
No, yeah. I didn't think I'd like get that far, to be fair. I didn't know where it was going to take me. I was just enjoying it, and that was like the beauty of it, that once I fell in love with like having a meal plan and going to the gym and having a routine,
Yeah.
it just all kept on happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say the biggest change was in March. That was a 10 kg weight loss. I remember that because I was allowed a pizza. And then the next one would have been like my birthday in July. You know, once you start
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
like shorts and stuff. Like I was
Yeah.
going to the shop like picking up size 14s, and Dom was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I don't know how much weight I've lost, and it'd literally be falling down me, and I'd try 12 on it, it'd be falling down me, and I'd be like, oh my god, like I'm a 10.
Yeah.
Which not to say that, you know, size is everything, but that's kind of what I measured it by for myself. So I'd say like from July onwards, like drastic changes up until the
Yeah.
end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you decided that I wasn't going to stop there.
Yeah.
I was going to take it another step further.
Yeah.
So as we're sitting here right now,
Yes.
I don't know if this is something that you've spoken about or have already put out
Yeah.
there. You are currently preparing for a show.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know what that is, can you just maybe just very briefly just tell us
Yeah.
what that is, how that's going right now actually?
So yeah, so I did my photo shoot prep, which was essentially, I think it was 14 weeks long, and that is like discipline. That's kind of like a bodybuilding prep. So what you do on that is like you're 100%, you know, no off-plan meals, no going out, drink, literally nothing. Like you're 110%, and it was kind of an insight of what bodybuilding would be. And I loved it. I was like, oh my God, like, I
Yeah.
love this. And then my coach, Ellie, went on to do bodybuilding after that. And then watching her journey through it, I was like, I can see myself doing that. So essentially, yeah, it's a bodybuilding show.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm so far away now that I feel like I'm okay.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, like, you see, like, because I'm in like an off season now, which is essentially like building, so you don't really see that much muscle definition is when you start cutting. So I think I'm a bit nervous now because I can't see what I'll look like. But I've also not done a proper cut since last June, July. So like I know I've put a lot of muscle on since then. So when I do cut, I know I'm gonna look a lot different, which is like the exciting thing. So I feel good about it. I'm glad that I've left myself a lot of time, you know, to prep for it.
Yeah.
Because we're in April 26 now, when it won't be until next year.
Next year.
So, you know.
So there's a lot
takes
of
time.
a lot of preparation as well that goes into it. Mentally.
Oh yeah.
Physically.
Yeah.
Like you're a machine.
I'm excited though, yeah.
Yeah. I remember when we had a gym session. This was like since we had we went to the gym together, we did legs. And I was like, we need to do another leg session together.
It's never happened since.
It's never happened since. Because in between then, at one point, when I went to uni, I just didn't have the time to like go to the gym for like a whole year. When I went to do the legal practice course, that's basically for anyone who doesn't know, which I've spoken about on here already. So I did my undergraduate and then I went to do like a master's degree as well. During that thing stressed me out so much that I literally I wasn't going to the gym.
Yeah.
So that whole year was kind of like not doing anything. And then when I've just got back into it again, I mean, I was still going to the gym here and there, but you kind of lose a lot of like...
I couldn't now. Like, I actually could not. Like, you know, like I was ill a few weeks ago and my coach was like, yeah, you need to rest. Like, you're not going to the gym. I was losing my mind because the gym for me now, I think it's the only place that I actually switch off.
Yeah.
Like, I actually just focus on the weights, on the reps and doing my workout. Like, I don't actually think about anything else. Like, I used to think, how do people think that gym is like, you know, like good for you mentally? I used to think, how can you think that, you know? But now, like, I get it. Like, I actually want to go and it's like, I don't know, it's just like another, I don't know, safe space, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like so much that we can, this just feels like just us sitting down and having a gist. There's so much like I really want to go into. In fact, we want you back. Like, you need to come back. I think what we can do is as well, we can look at a few years time, see, you know, where you're at. And we can also look back at, by that time, hopefully you'll have done your show.
Yeah,
we definitely like, there's so much I want to go into. But just before we end, I also wanted to mention, I remember when you, initially when we were planning for you to come on the pod, it was around January, things had happened, but you were fresh off Iceland with a ring on your finger on the 16th of December. 2025, you became engaged to the love of your life.
Yes.
Guys, I cried.
I feel like you need to insert the clip.
Oh, I might have to show you.
Crying. Hey.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Oh my honestly deserve this so much.
No, I cried.
It was the chaotic running down the street
Oh
that got me.
Oh my goodness. Like, I'm such an emotional wreck. I think, especially when it comes to like my friends, the people that I care about, whenever like things like this are happening, I don't know. I was at the barber's. I was literally just sat there getting my hair cut. And then Wiki's calling me and I'm thinking, what are you calling me for? Bearing in mind, I knew that this was happening because I'd spoken to Dom. So Dom would already told me that he was planning on like proposing. I was like, oh my goodness, Dom, no way you're doing this. Like, is it actually happening? And he was like, yeah, it's happening. I don't know exactly when in Iceland. Wiki has no idea. Of course, that had happened. So he was like, yeah, so I said to Dom, so it's going to happen. He was like, yeah, it's happening. Vicky has no idea, but it is going to happen. So I got this call. I had a feeling, but I was just sat in the barbers. And
It
then,
was like 9 in the morning. I
9
think
in the
it was
morning.
so early as well. Yeah.
and then she
To
called
say
me.
you were awake as
Oh
well.
my word! I just thought I was in tears.
Yeah.
I think it was more so just like happy tears because of like what you've been through, and I
Yeah.
know, you know, with previous relationships, and then just meeting your person, the
Yeah.
person who is your forever,
Yeah.
and like knowing Dom as
Yeah.
well.
It was
Just
funny as well because before we went away, I gave him a deadline. I was like, "This is my last Christmas as a girlfriend," and little did I know I came back as a
Oh.
fiance before even Christmas.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
yeah,
he did so well, and I don't know how he kept it. I was so convinced that I'd know, and I nearly found it all out. So.
because you didn't want to know. You
No,
was
I
like,
didn't. I was like, I just want a surprise. Like,
Yeah.
I want it to be beautiful, and I want a surprise, and
Yeah.
it was.
you would have been digging for the ring. You would have.
Well,
wanted
I had the
everything.
ring in my hand, so, but that's another story.
That is another story. But that happened. So you are literally here as a fiance. The next thing will be the wedding. I know that's not really on the agenda. You probably hear that a lot from people. When's
Yeah.
the wedding happening?
Yeah.
So
you do.
yeah, but one step at a time. I think there's other things that you're focusing on at
Yeah.
the moment,
Yeah.
and you
For
know,
us
getting
both,
married.
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
have to be the next thing.
No,
So-
and it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, but that has happened. Like I said, Victoria, like we can chat for days.
Yeah.
We definitely like need to do a part 2. We need you back here. We're gonna find something.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for your presence. I know you are a busy woman. You have other things that you need to be doing. So to have taken the time to just appear here is a pleasure.
My pleasure.
And yeah, we're doing this life thing together.
yeah.
Like we're
You're
here
gonna
together.
see it all. Yeah. There'll be
Yeah.
another timeline.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what you're doing, what else you've got coming up. If there's anything that you have coming up, you can mention it here now.
Yeah.
Anything exciting,
Oh
or
my
just
God.
watch the space.
Holidays, bodybuilding.
Holidays.
Bodybuilding, and that's kind of it for us for now.
Yeah,
You know.
you heard it here, guys. Yeah, so we are gonna wrap it up here. This has been so exciting. I have literally been counting down to this. So the fact that we got to sit down was amazing, and I hope that you get to take something away from this. We'll be back again for another episode. Just stay tuned. We're going to be having a lot more guests, more interesting guests, just a lot. A lot's going to be happening, you know. Just stay tuned is all I'm going to say. As always, like, comment and subscribe. I will also leave Victoria's, social media handles in the description. So make sure you're following her as well. Make sure you're following her personal account, her lash business, her fitness page as well. Everything will be linked. If you want to keep up with her journey, if you want to see her transformation as well, that is inspiration for yourself to show that you can do it. It is possible. And she is the evidence. It is right there. Make sure you're following her and just stay tuned. She's got exciting things coming up, and I'm sure you're not going to want to miss this. So we'll be back. Peace out from me, and see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.